Okay, so today I want to talk about Nick Clegg. Nick Clegg is the former leader of the Liberal Democrat Party. He formed the coalition in 2010 with the Conservative Party's leader David Cameron to form a majority government. He raised the tax bar, which was one of his pledges, not the Conservatives, and I actually praise him for that. He introduced austerity, which many believe was not an economic solution but a political motion instead. And he also, because he opposed it, agreed to increase student loans. Now, I have explained in great detail, student loans were being subsidised by the government. So universities were given the right to increase tuition fees up to £9,000 a year at the time in 2010, and virtually every university in the UK did, which forced many students to go to places like the Netherlands, where tuition is considerably lower. In 2017, after a snap election, he lost his seat. He lost his seat to Jared O'Mara, who I'm going to talk about tomorrow because, there's an update to this. It's interesting. He is anti-Brexit and currently works for Facebook and was knighted in 2018 for political service. Now, the job he fulfills for Facebook was after Facebook were accused of allowing fake news to be spread on their platform. They are potentially looking at a £4.2 billion, or dollar even, fine, which would cause quite the shock to Facebook, and even they've admitted, or a spokesperson has, would cause them to shake everything up, reevaluate how they behave. Cough, cough, Cambridge Analytica, cough, cough. Nick Clegg has gotten into the news politically because he has, like other people, got access to something called the Public Duty Cost Allowance. What is the Public Duty Cost Allowance, you ask? The Public Duty Cost Allowance is a way of subsidising income for former Prime Ministers who still work within public life to an extent. They can claim expenses, basically, of up to £115,000 a year. Now, I'm going to list the former Prime Ministers, and then we're going to talk about that. First, we have John Major, who introduced this in 1991 after Margaret Thatcher was turfed out and found it difficult to adjust to not having secretaries and dogs' bodies on tap. John Major has a net worth of $50 million. Next, we have Tony Blair, who also takes £115,000 a year, who has a net worth of £60 million. Then we have Gordon Brown, who served for 3 years as Prime Minister, who has an estimated net worth of $15 million. Somebody that at one point was generating over £1 million a year from speeches, but never took a penny of it, instead donating it, which means he's basically not, and does not, need the money. Then again, I think I've proven so far that none of them do. Then we come to David Cameron, who also has a net worth of over $50 million, estimated $50 million. All these people have high-paying jobs, Tony Blair being a philanthropist. A lot of properties, by the way. He owns a lot of properties, around London especially. The point is, none of these people actually need this money, because how they've managed to adapt to life outside of number 10, while fantastic, because I'd obviously want anyone to prosper even if they're a war criminal, is brilliant, and bad at the same time. The total cost being drawn from this pension fund is £538,000. It should be noted, David Cameron is the only one who is not drawing the full amount. And Nick Clegg was never a Prime Minister, he was the deputy. So how he has access to this, I actually don't know. What I can tell you is that there is in fact a Public Duty Cost Allowance petition on change.org, started by Dave Hagan. Now if you want to support this, I will link it down below. I don't know whether it's right that they be given an allowance for not having a job. If that were the case, then perhaps we should start introducing it to everyone who is unemployed, but not looking for work. Although, technically, I'm pretty sure a lot of people on job seekers allowance are just doing that as well. Ex-Prime Ministers, for the most part, also get a pension. I know for a fact David Cameron turned his down. And it should be noted that Nick Clegg's office have said this will be the final year they draw from the fund. Because that Facebook job, it pays quite well to silence right-wing news reporters and InfoWars and Tommy Robinson. That just got this video demonetized. Yay! so damn happy. Smash the like button, please. With this, the public duty cost allowance, I'd very much like to know what you think. I think it should be abolished. I think adjusting to life outside of high office is the same as adjusting to life from any occupation. You either find a new job or you go on the dole. Don't expect pity or money from the taxpayers for the privilege of you not being in that job anymore. Which, it should be pointed out, while it is expenses, it is a considerable amount of money to take from the taxpayer for the privilege of you having served as a Prime Minister and a Deputy Prime Minister, when all of you are considerably wealthy, and funding your whatever it is you are doing could surely be done from the money you make from whatever job it is you did after, whether it be appearing on TV, flipping houses, or sitting as a chairman on whichever board it is you are trying to sit on.